What's going on, everybody? It's Rick. The worms are looking pretty good. Here's that piece of cardboard that I had on top. As you see, they've eaten a lot of this. And they're all going through. The whole bottom piece that was flat across is gone. Now you can see all the little ribs on the cardboard. So, these guys are enjoying that, and I'm happy to see it. I think, looks like a little piece of plastic, so that's coming out. Before I go ahead and start mixing this all around, okay, napkin or paper towel that I had. Before I start mixing this all around, I want to look how this middle tray is looking. This was the former feeding tray. It's been in the middle for a few weeks now. What I'm doing right now is trying to knock off any castings or clumps that could be caught on the bottom of this tray. So, it's looking good. Still see a little bit of this cardboard. Oh my. So, I guess I forgot. I did a harvest. This was just cardboard down here. Look at all those castings that are right on top. So, good thing I did check on this. I can give this a nice little mixing. So, seeing that, if you guys remember, I keep saying, all my castings on the top, everything just keeps going down. Well, it looks like it's getting deposited down into this tray. So, while I'm here, I have a bunch of fresh bedding. So, I'll add some fresh bedding in there, so hopefully that helps to stop everything from coming straight down. That was kind of interesting to see. So let me pop the feeding tray back on top. So this didn't shrink as much as it normally does, but yeah, that's been kind of crazy. Like I said, I keep adding bedding and adding bedding. I'm going, what's happening? Everything just keeps getting really compacted. So we're going to check the feeding area. Ooh, I see something. I don't think there's anything really there. It's some type of skin. Oh, it was the cucumber. So everything's gone except for some of the seeds. There should be another piece, I believe. I think that was still the same piece there. Yeah, the worms are doing a great job. And hey, it actually seems like I have a decent amount of castings in here now. Whoops. Okay. I'm still going to add a nice big handful of bedding there. And use it to clean off my gloves. Okay, Very pleased with that. To the fresh bedding, I'm going to go ahead and add my ground up coffee. This is just from the K-Cups. And for this feeding, I have a little bit of everything for these guys. So, 2 nice pieces of pumpkin. I had a couple figs that ended up getting like moldy when I brought them in. So the worms are going to get a chance to have some of that. For Thanksgiving, I went ahead and I did some sweet potatoes from the garden. So I have some peels and skins of that. And then a nice big handful of pulp. And topping it off with some more bedding. This here is going to be at least a 2-week feeding for them. Over top of the feeding, I'm going to add my ground up eggshell. This is a grit source for the worms. They go ahead as they squirm around and take little bites of the eggshell and the food scraps. When they wiggle, this helps to actually break down the food for them because they have a crop and a gizzard. This, for me, I like to add, but it's not a crucial step in worm farming. And the reason why I go ahead and add so much because we eat a good amount of eggs and I don't like to have to throw it away. I can use it in my compost outside. This way, I know it's going to get into my garden because these castings are eventually getting into my garden. I like adding it to my worm bin. Another thing, and actually, normally I cover it up all the way, but today I'm going to try something different. I'm going to add my worm chow right over top the eggshell. I normally go for about 1 ounce. That is pulverized expired oats, flour, cornmeal, and a little bit of eggshell. Just another food source for the worms. As you've seen, there was a good amount of food in there, and it's going to take a little while for the bacteria to really start breaking that down. So this way, with that worm chow, the worms can actually start eating on that now and wait until the food scraps are broke down enough for them to enjoy them. And then I like to make sure I get castings covering everything. I'll pull some of this because I still have some bedding, and I'll throw it in basically this corner over here. This side. Okay, kind of unbelievable. Yet again, I used up all of that bedding. I brought it up with the intentions that I would actually have some for the next feeding in 2 weeks, but it all went. So I'll just have to put some more in the bag. Go ahead, I'll put that little piece of cardboard back on top, so hopefully the next feeding this will pretty much be gone and I can just mix it in and incorporate it into the bedding. If you have any questions, make sure you drop them down in the comments. Thanks for coming along, checking out the video. Everybody have a great day.